Together we are but first coffee. Susie's just our host, but what matters most is we are a team. Together we are all safe here, and so are you. Among friends and mods we are safe. We talk about trauma, break down drama of life, death, happy or sad, even mad. We discuss it all here. Together we will thrive, not just survive. We will dry each other's tears, celebrate big or small wins, and chase away the fears. Together we fight cults or fight addictions. If not with experience, with love, and we don't judge. Please understand, this is a safe place to land. Please understand, you're not alone. This is a safe place to land. Together we thrive, not just survive. We will dry each other's tears, celebrate big or small wins, and chase away the fears. Because we are but first coffee, and Susie welcomes us all here. Together we are but first coffee, and Susie.
Hey, everybody, welcome back and Happy New Year. Checking to make sure my mic is on before I get too carried away. It is good to see everybody. If I sound a little different, it's because I am suffering from some sort of cold or flu or something. So my voice seems to be a little deeper. Yeah, welcome winter, right? That's what happens to me a lot in the winter. I catch every stupid bug that goes around. So, okay, audio and video are good. Thank you. I am always happy to hear that. Yeah, happy, peaceful New Year. Amen. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about a little bit on here today. Um, I did want to apologize. I did not put on makeup. I did not fix my hair. I put on a hat and hit live basically. So, yeah, I've been sick since January 1st. Today is I think the 4th, and yes, my tree is still up. I generally take mine down on the 5th. Um, I don't know if it's gonna get done tomorrow or not, just because the fact that I'm sick. So I don't know if I'm gonna feel like it. But yeah, I will still be in here in the living room for a little bit longer. I'm waiting on a few things that I want for my office. I'm getting so excited about how it's gonna look. I hope if it all works like what I think it's gonna work in my head. I am, I keep changing a little bit about how I wanna do it. And so, I was like, "Okay, I wanna kinda go with this theme," and then I switched and thought, "No, I kinda wanna go with that theme." And finally, I don't know, I just was sitting there and I thought, "You know what? I don't have to have a theme for my office. My office is my office. So y'all, it's gonna be a holy mess just like me." So you'll see, you'll see. So I can't wait though to get back with my comfortable chair, and I could drag that in here, but it is so big and so heavy, and I'm just afraid I'd get comfortable in here and not hurry to get my office done if I switched into the good chair. So anyway, it is so good to see you, Heat. It is always good to see you, Julia, Marilee, Indigo. So good to see you too. Christine, good to see you. Everybody is welcome, welcome, welcome. If I don't see you, it is just strictly a thing of that I don't see you. So I'm not trying to ignore anybody. I promise. And we want to welcome anybody that's new. We are streaming on both the vertical and the horizontal still, so that has been getting us some new viewers. Not a whole lot, but a few. And so I'm always glad for that. Y'all take a minute if you haven't already and hit that like and subscribe button and hit the all on the on the notifications, because that way, maybe, just maybe, you'll get some notifications whenever I decide to go live. Indigo, my channel is officially started, so expectant or so exciting way to start off the new year. Absolutely, and you better have me on. I want to come on there. Oh, it is Christine's birthday today. Well, happy birthday. I don't have my oh, I usually have a trophy that we put up for birthdays and anniversaries and any kind of, good thing that's going on, but I don't have it in here with me, but good for you. I'm happy for you. Have a great birthday, Liz, the crazy clown. Good to see you. Happy, yeah. Glad to see you. Oh, thank you. Love my Christmas tree. It's coming down before long, y'all, but right now I'm just too sick to take it down. So, Christine Stevens, LV305, good to see you. Oh, you beat cancer, beat breast cancer. Good for you. I have to. 3 times, y'all. 3 times. Yay. Beat cancer. I beat cancer. I beat cancer. Great for you. That is something worth repeating over and over. I appreciate that for you. Oh, Christine forever has to go. Bye. Well, come back and see us again. You can catch up on this one on the replay, but come back and see us. Now, I am going to go ahead and get started because if y'all don't know, I will sit and talk to the chat forever if I don't get onto something. Congratulations. Congratulations to you too. The best Bad Bunny. Hello to you too. Boy, we have a lot of new people popping in right now. It is an interesting time. Um, I do want to thank my mods who will, be taking care of that for me. So far, I've not seen anything they have to take care of, but I'm talking about greeting them and stuff. So we always want you to feel welcome here. We always do. So yeah, see, he just took the shortcut. Hello, everyone. that's that's our Steve. Okay, so y'all, I'm gonna kind of try to ignore this chat just a little bit because I have this tendency to get like, squirrel kind of a thing, right? So I'm gonna start this year off by talking to y'all a little bit about the content and the tone of this channel going forward. And I am making some changes, but I don't think that it's anything that anybody should be concerned about. It's more a change in me. Okay. So I've decided that this year, okay, this year's going to be my do or die year. I'm going to throw everything I have got at this channel, and including being 100% my authentic self. That's the warning I issue, is that, yeah, I am gonna be me, and if that's not something that you're okay with, then that's okay, right? I'm not for everyone, and everyone's not for me. So, what I kinda told myself, and I've talked to my husband about it, and I said that after this year, so at the end of December this year, if I'm not feeling it or y'all aren't feeling it, then I'm gonna hang up the mic, but not until then. Until then, I'm gonna fight with everything I've got, and I'm hoping that after that, I'm gonna fight with everything that I've got. But, I'm not ready to hang it up by any stretch of the imagination, but, anyway, I am gonna try to star some as I see them that I that I wanna answer for sure. But anyway, I'm not done, and I hope I'm never done. I hope to be here till I die. But, if it's just not something that's working, then we'll have to think of something else. So anyway, so buckle up, y'all. Buckle up. This year we are gonna go deep and we're gonna go honest. And yes, yes, I am likely to get a little feisty or salty or even plain, fucking pissed, because that's me. That's the real authentic me. And while I try not to drop that F bomb too often, it's going to come out sometimes. And so if that is just something that you absolutely can't handle, then this is just not for you. But do keep in mind that it's not like I'm, every other word or something, it just sometimes that's the word that comes out. So anyway, I have to go into this year being myself, my authentically flawed person, I'm just human, and I want to continue to create our tribe, our community, even if we are kind of a little bit of misfits. We've all got problems. I say to the mods all the time in our mod chat that we are all damaged. We are all screwed up. And yeah, I use some colorful language to describe that sometimes, but beautifully so, and we accept each other. We don't mock each other or judge each other. And that's what I want to do here is I want everybody that comes here to feel seen and heard and respected, but also to see and hear and respect everybody else. So that's kind of on that. So anyway, I have literally spent hours a day for several weeks and a lot of time on this little vacation that we just went to in Branson, Missouri, thinking about how I wanted to handle the content of this video or of this channel for this year. And I'm not gonna lie, this is about the 8th rewrite of I've got notes down here that kinda keeping me on track a little bit, and it's about the 8th time that I've rewrote these to try to stay within what I really yeah, to kinda stay within what I want to say. And, anyway, I see what I mean about looking over at the chat because y'all, I'm way more interested in what you've got to say than what I have to say. So, anyway, I did write this down so that I could stay a little focused. And I'm not gonna lie, I even spoke to Morgan. Now, for those of you that don't know who Morgan is, that is technically what I call ChatGPT. And I named it after Morgan Freeman because, I mean, he's Morgan Freeman and he's wise and he played God very, very convincingly. So, I just call ChatGPT Morgan. So anyway, I asked Morgan why, if so many people wanted me to not cover the drama that goes on within the whole anti-Scientology community, then why did my views tank when I stopped covering the drama that goes on in the anti-Scientology community? And Morgan said, and I'm going to paraphrase because I didn't write down the exact quote, but Morgan said that maybe that the views didn't leave because I stopped doing drama. Maybe they left because they missed Spicy Susie. And I got to thinking about that, and I think that it's probably a little bit correct. And it really did give me a lot to think about because I admit that I have been diluting my personality and even my accent. I've been trying to not be like as spicy or as I don't know, just speaking my mind as much. No, I still do. I'm not trying to act like I don't, but I do still. But I have been kind of diluting it down a little bit, and my accent. I was kind of trying to dilute it down because I had people that had trolls that had said that I was stupid. They have mistaken my Southern accent for stupidity, which I know is wrong, but yeah, it kind of got to me. So anyway, and I was told at one point by somebody, actually two people, that I trusted that I was too much. One said that I am considered a problem. So today I put on my I identify as a problem hat and I'm going to fix the problems, I hope. I'm also going to be quite handy with my tissue because, you know, whatever's going on in my head and chest. So as I said, I've really thought about this a lot and I kind of started thinking that I don't know, I kind of think sometimes I'm now not enough. where I might have been too much, now maybe I'm not enough. I'm not interesting enough or dedicated enough or whatever. And I got to thinking about it, and I love my Mark to death. I mean, I would be lost without him. But I got to thinking about it, and it's kinda like Mark's Kool-Aid. Now, when Mark makes Kool-Aid, well, to know this, you gotta know that he's a tightwad on a lot of things. Now, other things, he's not at all, but on some stupid things, he's a tightwad. Kool-Aid's one of them. We get the one that the sugar is already in the Kool-Aid, because if we get the little packages, he tries to short it on the sugar, and so then it's bitter. So I buy the one that the sugar's already in it. Well, he still dilutes it down, like, he doesn't put as much as it should be. So instead of, like, a bright red, cherry Kool-Aid, it's kind of a looks almost like a pink lemonade, okay? So it's kinda diluted down. And that's what I kinda feel like that some of my content has been lately. I think that it's been kinda boring and watered down to the point that, like with Mark's Kool-Aid, I just as soon drink water. And I wonder if y'all would just as soon go somewhere else because, this isn't what I was to begin with. So, for better or worse, y'all, I've decided to be full flavor Kool-Aid, okay? I still have no interest in talking about the insanity of Cooters and Crims, and if you know, you know on that. That's all I'm gonna say about that, but I'm not gonna avoid hard topics. I mean, we literally say on this channel that we are a safe place to talk about hard topics. So, this year, we're gonna put up or shut up. We're gonna talk about hard topics, and if an individual topic is not something that you want to hear or ready to hear or whatever, then you can always watch another time. I just don't want you to just give up completely on us because we're going to talk about so many topics that you're surely to be interested in something that we're talking about. So, what will But First Coffee with Susie Oberholtz cover? Everything. What are we gonna shy away from? Not a damn thing, y'all. Not a damn thing. It First of all, and this is here we go. I'm already gonna get, in the danger zone, if you will. Religion and politics. Absolutely. That's kind of the Bermuda Triangle. I guess it would need one more little thing over there. But it is kind of the Bermuda Triangle of YouTube, except for when it's not. I was looking and some of the political and religious channels have got the most views and the highest subscriber lists and everything, and that's not what I want, but it just proves that there is a market out there for religion and politics. Now, we're gonna do religion and politics my way, okay? Which is not in the bad mouthing either or, neither party, any different kinds of denominations or whether you're religious or not religious, none of that. We're not gonna badmouth anybody. But I'm also not gonna try to convert anybody, just so you know. But if politics and religion are gonna be connected to a topic that I'm talking about, I'm not gonna run away from it. So we already talk about religion because we already talk about cults, right? And I will forever remain an anti-Scientology channel. So we're already talking about religion, I guess. But since the Church of Scientology or the cult of Scientology, as I like to call it, and other cults are poking their noses into politics, we're going to call them out on that. And yeah, Oh, I'm not slowing down, Gary. I'm not slowing down. And let me say this. Scientology is absolutely worming their way into the Republican Party or specifically MAGA. Now, now, okay? That's because that's who's in power at the moment. Now, I know enough about Scientology to know that when the tide turns, and it will, it always does, if the Democrats are in control, then they'll be kissing Democrats' ass, right? So I'm not talking bad about Republicans. Mark's a Republican. I mean, come on, you know. He's not MAGA, but he's a Republican. But so anyway, my problem is Scientology and other cults, but specifically Scientology and how they weasel their way in to either religious discussions or political discussions to make themselves look more credible. And that's why they do it, is to be more credible and to gain more power. And so if we're talking about something and it has to do with them worming their way into a political party or a religious something, then yeah, we're going to talk about it. And I don't care who it is, whether it's Republicans or Democrats or Christians, the Jews, I don't care. I don't care. We're adults here and we ought to be able to talk about whatever we want as long as we are not being assholes. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to go back to being fearless because strangely enough, I looked back at some of my early videos whenever I looked worse than I do right now. I was going through chemo and radiation and everything and was uh, on the verge of death. And I had no fear. So I'm going to go back to that. Not the being on the verge of death, please, but the no fear. Thank you, Gary. I saw that. It's so sweet. Thank you. And another topic that I've talked about, but I've kind of tried to gloss over it a little bit, is my Christianity. But y'all, I'm proud to call myself a Christian. I don't need to feel, or I don't feel like I need to ram that down your throats, and I'm not going to. I am absolutely not an example to follow. I screw up daily, hourly. Absolutely. But I do love the Lord, and I have a deep relationship with him, her, they, them, whatever, whatever. I am, however, disillusioned with organized religion. And I have seen, heard, and experienced on a very personal level so much cultist behavior from a lot of the churches. Hold on just a second. I'm going to talk to Mark just a second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. I was just telling him I'm live. He's been to the grocery store. And anyway, so I got to thinking about it, and I don't know. I do love and praise God, and I think I can do that from a mountaintop, from the sea. Y'all, I can do that from the toilet if I need to because God is everywhere. And I don't have to be sitting in a church pew. So I'm going to give myself permission to not feel guilty about having issues with organized religion. And but I am probably going to bring things up in lives or videos or whatever that have to do with my feelings on topics or what the Bible says or what this or that. Now, I'm not going to try to ram that down your throat. I don't feel that's my job. I just don't. But I'm not going to hide it either. So, my past experiences with the church and my crazy social anxiety just make me so uncomfortable in organized religion. And I feel so much closer to God when I am out in nature or by the sea or whatever. And so that's what I'm going to do. That's how I'm going to go to church, basically. And I do want to make one thing perfectly clear that this year I'm not going to tolerate anybody questioning my Christianity because only God has that right. I would never question any of your Christianity or whatever. I don't question my friends that are atheist. I don't question, I just don't. I either like you or I don't. And that's what I'm asking for from all of you to either like me or don't. But stop using, and it's not the ones that are here, hey, pizza, that, question my Christianity. It's trolls and stuff, but they can pick on me for about anything, but that's off limits. So, okay. Another topic, right, that I'm not gonna shy away from this year is I am dipping my toes a little bit into things like tarot and crystals and herbs and all of that, and the moon and planetary movement. It just intrigues me. And in my opinion, God did create the heavens and the earth, and therefore he created all of those things too. And I believe that all things are possible. Now, I'm not a card carrying witch, not exactly anyway, not in the traditional thoughts on it, but I am very intrigued by sorry, by something called Christian being something called Christian witches. And again, I'm not here to shove that down your throats, but if I get a little, woo-hooey or a little hippie or witchy or whatever, y'all have been warned. I do think that herbs and things like that can be very beneficial for a lot of health issues, and I'm really into the whole living clean and trying not to take too many medications and all of that. Now, I will take them whenever I need to, but I like to think that there's alternatives out there that God put on this planet, and yeah, including marijuana. So if any of that is just too much for you, sorry. So, now, I am gonna dip my toe into a little bit of drama for just a minute. I promise not to linger there. So, I have been informed by many people because I don't watch this certain person, but I have been told that Oh No Nora is bad mouthing me again, has been saying a lot of stuff, has been lying, just outright lies. So, first of all, she has claimed I did see a clip of one of hers where she claimed that I do daily hate videos about her and have for months. She said, 6 months or more every day. Well, I could pull up my channel and show you all of my content and prove her to be a delusional, lying, drama causing, you get the point. But I won't. She is a liar and she uses lies about other people that actually put content out. And she does that to make money. She's too lazy to actually create teachable, valuable, even entertaining content. And I think that she's a terrible waste of potential because she's really good at it when she does it. When she actually does what she says she does, she's good at it. She might not be everybody's cup of tea, but there's no denying that she is good at it when she does it. But who I really think is just disgusting are her audience, her viewers. And that is because they will sit there and they claim to love her, but they continue to watch her completely deconstruct. And one of these days, they're going to watch her completely implode online and, on the live. And I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen to anybody. So if you are a Nora viewer and fan, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how to get across to her that she's only hurting herself. Maybe you all can. But I'm not going to be talking about her. I'm talking about her right now, but I'm done. So y'all can run tell her that Susie said this was her mention of her, and then I'm done. And we'll see if she does the same. So another thing that she does do though is that she claims that I am a Nazi sympathizer and that I have Nazis on my channel or in my audience or something. I'm not sure what. I've heard her say it, or I've seen I can't remember what it's called, but anyway, um, where it's written down everything she says. Anyway, so I'm just going to say this again once, and then I'm going to be done with that because we've got a lot to move on to this year. But I am not a Nazi sympathizer. However, do not assume that someone who got tattoos in prison as a means to stay alive, I'm not going to assume that they are Nazi. Or if they did have those kind of leanings when they were 20 years old and in prison or whatever, I'm not going to assume that they still do. It's their business whether they have those tattoos removed or not. I personally would, but I understand that there are many reasons not to, and I get it. Not my business. I'm just saying I'm not a Nazi and I am not a Nazi sympathizer. So anyway, let's make sure okay. So, do I have Nazis or Nazi sympathizers in my audience or chat? I don't know. And unless Nora has some foolproof test that she insists on anybody that is in her audience takes to prove that they are not these things, she doesn't know what's in her chat either. There's no way to know. So while she's pointing her finger at me, she needs to realize through you're pointing right back at her that she could just as easily have those people in her channel or in chat and audience or whatever as I do. And anyway, I've just it's just stupid. It's so stupid. How am I supposed to know the leanings or beliefs or everything of everybody that watches this channel? I don't even know all of the beliefs and leanings of and everything of those of you that are in my chat every day or my mods. I mean, I pretty much do, but I don't know everything. Every once in a while, I find out something. I'm like, oh, that's shocking, or maybe in a good way, but yeah. So anyway, move on, Nora. Move on. So I do believe and support human rights. I believe the earth is round. I believe we landed on the moon. I also believe in ghosts. I believe that there is probably some form of alien life out there somewhere, and I believe that even Sasquatch might actually exist. I know it is probably unlikely, but I haven't given up on the guy yet. I believe that people are mostly good, but I also know that evil does exist. Mhm. And I do believe that evil is often fed by greed. I also believe that my dog needs to stop barking. But evil is often fed by greed, and that can be large or small. It I don't know. So, I believe in treating people how I want to be treated. until they show themselves to be either total wackadoodles or assholes. And at that point, I'm probably done with them. I'm just going to move on. I'm not going to hate them or badmouth them or trash them. I'm just going to move on. I see you in the chat. So anyway, so yeah, I'm done with Nora. She doesn't have a place in my life or my channel. I'm done with trolley ass bitches. I just am. I love how they use me for clout, but then say that I'm so tiny that my channel doesn't matter. Well, if I'm so tiny, why the hell are you so worried about me? I don't know. That's what I don't understand, right? I just don't. So, another thing, and this one's big for me, y'all. It's like, drum roll, please. Okay. Another thing that I'm done with this year is chasing Aaron's approval. I am going to admit that I have wanted him to notice the work that I've done. I, you know, I, I've never had a actual conversation of any sort with him. He's not my cult leader or anything like that, but I will admit that I have wanted his approval. I got to get a drink. I'm sorry. I wanted to be a part of the cool kids. I think that a lot of us fall into that. And so, yeah, I wanted to be one of the cool kids. And for a while, I kind of was. But then, y'all, I kind of figured out that the cool kids aren't really that cool. I mean, some of them are, but they're just people, just like you, just like me. They're just people. And so I've stopped chasing that. And I think what really did it was that Aaron actually said that if you have a beef with his friends, then you're dead to him. Now, see, I don't believe that way. I believe that you can have a beef with some of my friends and you're not dead to me. I might disagree with you. I might avoid that subject, but I'm not going to discredit everything that you do that is good because you have a disagreement with one of my friends. So, I kind of felt like that no matter how hard I worked, that because I didn't get along with one of his friends that I've not talked shit about, I simply just backed away. But in doing that, I became dead to him. So here's my plan. If you're one of my mods, you know I've always got a plan. I don't always keep them, but I'm working on it, y'all. I am going to do the content that I want to do, and that is going to include anti-Scientology content. And I'm going to do that with or without the help or the consent or whatever of the cool kids. I'm not going to worry about what people think about me. I want people to judge me based on me and not whether I have a beef with another content creator, especially somebody that rarely even puts up content. I'm here constantly fighting, but I'm invisible. And y'all, I am still going to do content and I'm probably going to miss somebody in this because I'm not, I was just kind of writing this down in a hurry. But I still want to do content, anti-Scientology content with people like Farrell Cheryl and Dusty and Eric Rader and Natalie. And I would love to do something with Dianetics. I want to get back to doing content with Sam. I mean, it's not generally Scientology, but I'm not just a Scientology channel. I would love to collaborate on something with Poe. And yes, Liz Gale. I know that's kind of a touchy topic because right now she's kind of over there on the drama train. But I love Liz and I do respect her. And I'm just waiting for her to, pull it together, Liz, pull it together. Because I really do want to go back to doing some time or some stuff with her. But I am gonna still fully support Aaron's channel. He does amazing work. He just thinks I'm dead, apparently. And but I'm gonna stop chasing validation from anybody. The only people that I need validated by are you all. That's who matters to me at this point. And I deserve to be judged on what I do. I saw that, Gary. They usually come down on the 5th, but it might be, mid-March. No, it's coming down before then, I hope. So, anyway, but I deserve to be judged by what I do, not by who I get along with or don't get along with. So, yeah, I've never talked shit about the person that he's worried about, but apparently she has because otherwise he wouldn't know there was a beef. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Anyway, I'm trying to see where I'm at. Oh, and another thing, I am still very supportive of Jenna Miscavige. I think she's amazing. She's a little bit dramatic, y'all, but amazing. So yeah, that was my big dip my toe into the drama cesspool. So anyway, I hope y'all do continue to watch this channel. There are some fascinating topics that I cannot wait to cover, including, but not exclusively, Scientology. I love and appreciate you all so much. Again, please like and subscribe and hit the notifications. That just helps this channel get out to more viewers. And also because I've been a little random on what time I'm going to go live. I'm kind of all over the place lately. So, but I really do hope to continue to see you all here. And just so you know, I'm going to be my crazy authentic self. And I would want and expect the same from y'all. I want you to be just as crazy and authentic as I am. Anyway, so I just, again, thanks for being here. I am going to go check in with the chat and see what y'all are talking about. I'm just glad to have y'all here. I know I've missed a lot, so I'm going to go up here and try to catch up. Ooh, Marilee's been a member for 18 months. You know, my year birthday or anniversary or whatever they call that is coming up on Valentine's Day. Yeah, it was Valentine's Day 2 years ago that I started my channel. So, yeah, I'm excited about that. Keep My Short says Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everybody. Everybody's welcome here. That's right. Okay. Yeah, Julia says the flu is bad in Delaware. I think it's bad everywhere. Now, I was told that the strain of flu that's going around right now is not covered by the flu shot that I got, but that the flu shot does keep it from being as bad. And so I'm kind of thinking it's that. I just the aches and the headache and the just miserable, and it's like I'm either asleep or I can't sleep. There's one, no in between. I'm just asleep or not, or I can't sleep. Apparently says I always took the tree down when my kids went back to school. I like to take it down around the 5th, but um I don't know. That's what tomorrow, and the way I feel, I don't know, but it will be coming down soon. Well, I would have even taken it down earlier, but we left 2 days after Christmas and went on vacation for a week. So, and then when I came home, I'm sick. So, anyway, thanks for all the new people that I see coming in. Absolutely. I'm going to go down through here past the ones that I know I've already acknowledged. Am I live tomorrow? Yes. Yes, I will be live tomorrow. I don't know what time, but I will be live tomorrow. How old am I? I am 59 and feeling every year of it right now. Yes, I agree. Congrats to LV for beating breast cancer. You go, fellow warrior. Absolutely, Indigo. Absolutely. We always are so glad. Julia O'Connell's telling everybody welcome. Indigo is still cancer free from thyroid cancer. Heck yes, fellow warriors. Absolutely. I am a year without any new cancer growth. So it is still in my body. I'm in remission and I do still technically have it, but it has not grown or spread or anything. Now I'll be having more scans, I think in February. I'm always terrified when those come up. So let's see here. I am new to Christianity. I need to know at what age of the earth is mentioned in the Bible. What the age of the earth. I don't know. I'm just gonna be honest. I know that what the Bible says and what science says do not meet, but I also know that people used to live 800 years and more in the Bible, and so I don't know if the timing is the same. So that's something that I find interesting too. I really do. Let's see here. Yeah, it doesn't exactly state the Earth's age. That's right, heat. Yes, Julia, I know, you and me both. The real authentic me gets upset at certain trolls, so yes, I cuss too, I know. And y'all, if you have not already, please go and subscribe to Julia's channel. She tells it like it is. She does not mix words. Her videos are short, to the point, and boom. So, yeah. We aren't perfect, but we can always be better. We're different, and that's okay. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. Yeah, Marilee's laughing. A little bit of misfits. All misfits welcomed. Absolutely. Eileen Bradley, hello. Good to see you here. Yes, everyone here is respectful. If they're not, we boot their butts, don't we, Julia? Gary Mackey's here. Always glad to see him. Okay, I'm trying to see here. Yeah, Marilee, saying, Gary, how have you been? Well, you have been missed. He absolutely. Whoops. Susie is not hitting the right spot on the mouse. Julia says, my views tanked too when I have done other content. Absolutely. Isn't that sad? I really do believe that people don't all want the drama. But I also believe that as much as they don't want it, a lot of them do, at least some. But they're just gonna have to go over some of those other channels. I'm not gonna hide from drama, and if I have a legitimate reason to mention something, I'm gonna mention it. And I think that that's only fair. But I'm just not gonna, like, work my channel around what can I talk about today that'll bring up the views, because I don't care. I don't care. I was having about 3,000 views for videos. And now I have 2 or 300 usually, sometimes way less, like maybe 50. But sometimes, 2 or 300. And do you know that I'm happier now? I am happier now. I sleep better. I I just am happier, healthier too. And and so I would love to have those 3 or 4,000 views, but I'm not gonna compromise my integrity to do it. Yes, Gary, you have been working your head off. I hope to slow down some this year. I hope you do too, because we miss you. We truly do. Oh, he loves my accent. Uh, Marilee says she's telling Gary she's glad she's retired. Yes, we do. We hope work slows down for Gary. We do. What did you say? You're not slowing down? Oh, Mark's being a smartass over there. He might as well just, you know, join the channel, be co-host because he when I'm in here in the living room, he he just runs his mouth the whole time, and he is slowing down, y'all. So he was working, 80 plus hours a week, and then last year he went down to like 40 purposely, sometimes a little more, but mostly 40. This year he's already made a deal with his job to only work 30 hours a week. So he could sit over there and say he's not slowing down, but he is. What he better not slow down on is doing all the grocery shopping and stuff for me because I hate that. So as long as he's still got time for that, then we're happy. So you do that too. You dilute it to stretch it. You and Mark with diluting out the stuff. Now he doesn't like to go somewhere and it's diluted. Like we were at the hotel and they had diluted the juice there and he griped about it. And I'm thinking, but you do that at home. So let's see here. Indigo says jealous people will find something wrong no matter what you do. Just make content you like the way you like and make it. Absolutely. That's my plan. Absolutely. That's my plan too. We got a plan, don't we? Hopefully the plan works out. Yeah. I was going to say this a while ago that I thought that Gary is technically retired, but he sure hasn't quit working. You work more now than you ever have. We absolutely know who you're talking about, but I won't say. Gary says, "Oh, by the way, hi, Susie. Oh, did you remember I'm here?" I'm just being a smart aleck. Yeah. I started watching again when you started covering topics that weren't drama or hearsay. Absolutely. Yeah, I saw this one that if you slow down or quit, you die. So there's that. Well, you don't have to you don't have to quit. You don't have to quit. But you need to slow down and enjoy life a little bit. Yeah, Mark's saying over there that he knows a lot of people that retired and died. I was so worried about that when my dad retired. I was just like, man, he used to go 90 to nothing all the time. And then, he retired and I thought, oh crap. And then he started having heart trouble and, all this stuff. And I thought, we're going to lose him. But he seems to be doing better now. I am a little worried about him because he is still really grieving my mom. So again, thank you very much for the super chat, Gary. Thank you. That is very appreciated. Never expected, but very appreciated. Yes, Indigo, listen to your doctor. Okay, eat more pizzas here. I was thinking about you yesterday. I can't remember why, but I had you on my mind yesterday. And I did. I was One of the things I was thinking was I need to have him back on the show because had said I was going to have you back on and we haven't done it. So, yeah, I definitely want to talk to you some more. So, Julia says they are safe pointed by the Republican Party. The Attorney General took $1.8 million from Trish Dugan's donations. There is a split in Florida with Republicans who take her money. Absolutely. And again, it's the Republican Party right now because that's who's in power. If it were the Democrats, it would be the Democrats. I believe that because Scientology is opportunistic. Opportunistic. I hope I said that right. So, yeah, you can talk about politics without sharing or shoving opinions in people's faces, and that's your style. Absolutely. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm dissatisfied with high control groups. Period. Me too. And we are going to talk about a lot of high control groups. always gonna talk about Scientology, but we're also gonna talk about others. Everybody's saying hi to Mark and saying Happy New Year and vacation videos. Oh, that's another thing. Mark wanted me to mention that I did while we were on our vacation, I did make some videos, and those are in the video section on my page. And a lot of y'all haven't went over and watched them, so I'm hoping that you'll go over and give those a watch. They're some of them are pretty cool if you're into toy trains or animals or I don't know, antique toys or any of that stuff. I did videos about all that kind of stuff. So we went to dinosaurs. We went to Branson, and my dad says that we were being like kids. What? In wildlife. Because we went and we saw we went through 2 different Christmas light drives at night. We went and saw like to a petting zoo, a drive-through zoo. We went to the dinosaur museum. We went to the toy store, the antique toy store slash museum. What else did we do? I don't remember. We ate a lot. We went to Branson Landing to all the shops. We sampled moonshine, which I had never had before, and we came home with 8 quarts of it. Yeah. Well, 7. One of them I gave to my dad because 'Cause I've told here on here before that he likes that hot damn, and he used to hide it from my mom. So, anyway, we found a cinnamon flavored moonshine that tastes a lot like hot damn, and so I got him some. Now, he can't really drink much of it because one of the medications that he takes, he can't have alcohol, but he did take a little sip, and he's gonna have fun, like, sharing it with others, getting them to taste it, so he'll have fun that way. And, I mean, he could take a little sip, literally a little sip here and there, but, yeah, yeah, Nora does, she lies through her teeth. If someone is spreading lies, don't acknowledge them, it drives them crazy. You are right, Indigo. They want attention. Yep. I haven't looked at Reddit in ages. I haven't looked at hate channels either. I have had several people that have told me things that she's saying. So, Pizza says, "Oh, these are crazy, or these times are crazy when people have to defend themselves against irrational, idiotic lies." Absolutely. Oh, Indigo says, yeah, you believe pizza or pineapple goes on pizza. Mark just hollers, yes. Oh, Lizzie likes it when my dog barks. When my dogs hear any other dog, whether it be on a video or whatever, bark, then they bark and go crazy too. So even a doorbell, and we don't have a doorbell. So yeah, Indigo says there is a blind spot certain people have. They are not able to see how their own actions negatively affect themselves and blame others as the reason they lose subs. Yep. When it's really their own selves. Absolutely. Yeah. I think at a point we all want approval for the work we do. I follow people who lift others. Absolutely. That's all I wanted was just like acknowledgement that I was working hard. But now it doesn't matter to me. Isn't that weird? It's just like I really just don't care anymore. So, yeah. Pizza says that Aaron wanted his mods to only mod for him and no other in the community. That's one reason why I left. And Indigo says that would be very hard. The community is so huge, there's bound to be crossover. Absolutely. Pizza says I don't dig ultimatums. It's a sign of other issues, which I won't get into. Yes. Yeah. What? What name? Pizza? Why you want pizza? Mark said, "Quit saying that name." I said, "What name? Pizza?" And he says, "Yes, because I'm getting hungry." We had some Domino's pizza in Branson, and it was really good, and so it's made us want pizza. Indigo says, "The only person I need validation from is me." Yep. Keep your integrity. Julia says, "I take my tree down around the 15th of January." Pizza says, "2026 for the win." Eileen says, "My cat pulled it down, or my cat pulled down all the decorations. That was my sign to put it away." I love you too, Heat. I really do. Aw, thank you, Julia. That's so sweet, y'all. It really is. Mhm. Oh, wow. Eileen says that her cat did wait until right after midnight at New Year's, so I guess that he wasn't completely wrong. He's like, "It's over with. Let's get over it." Yeah, cats do rule the world. What are you doing? Huh? This is what show? No, he's leaning over here to show you. You're gonna have to stand straight, babe. He's trying to show you the back of his hoodie. It's a commercial break. He's trying to get Guy Fieri to to back me, to sponsor me. Something tells me he's not going to. We did go to Guy Fieri's restaurant in Branson, so yeah, I don't think he is. Yeah, Gary says, "Wow, 59. You're just a kid." I don't feel like a kid. I do not feel like a kid. Oh, thank you, Marilee, for gifting memberships. That's so kind. Yes, that is so kind. Yeah. The channels that I see do well usually have one thing in common: consistency. Certain subjects on certain days for people to look forward to. That's a really good thing. I like that. Well, here, let's see here. Chicken noodle soup or pulled barbecue chicken. I'm torn on what to cook for dinner tonight. Both. Absolutely. Let's see here. I'm gonna go see. Hey, rocking it out for life. Good to see you. Yeah, it is fun. Yeah, Susie did sample a lot of the moonshine. Y'all, I mean, I'm Belgium and I can usually drink, quite a lot. I don't often. I mean, I really don't. I'm not even a social drinker. I'm more of a vacation drinker. We will have a drink or something on vacation. But oh my god, they had these little things that they're just the size of like a large thimble, like you sew with, and they had, I think, 14 flavors of this moonshine, and we sampled. I did not sample the banana 'cause I don't like bananas. The pumpkin spice because I don't like pumpkin, or the just straight moonshine. So I did like 11. When we left there, now it was on an empty stomach because I was not planning to do that, so I didn't eat in advance. So, but on an empty stomach, I did those little, mini shots. I was tipsy, very tipsy. Mark was not even bothered by it, but I was tipsy. So we went back the next day to a different one. There's same company, but in two different locations. And I went to the second location, and they had, I don't know, about three they had chocolate uh, that they didn't have at the other one. They had a couple others, but the only one I wanted to sample that I hadn't already had was the chocolate. So anyway, I sampled about 6 or 7 of them there. Again, tipsy. So apparently I've turned into a lightweight. And then we went to dinner on New Year's Eve at Landry's, and I don't remember what it was called, but it was some sort of a liquored up coffee. What it really was a bunch of alcohol. It had bourbon and Kahlua, and there was a couple others, and they had maybe passed a coffee pot by it, and it might have dropped in there. But anyway, now that was my undoing. I've never got sick, but I was drunk, and I don't get drunk. So, yeah. I like this. My criteria is educational, entertainment, or enlightenment. Once I lose that, I can't stay interested in the channel. Well, I am right with you, and that's what I'm really, really hoping for. Oh my goodness. Gary's back at work. Yeah, I did. I talked about it. Yeah, Julia supports her fiance's sobriety, so she doesn't drink. Yeah. I am just about to the point that it's just not worth it to me. So, I don't know. I did want to sample moonshine though, because I had never had it. So that's why I did that. But anyway, I kind of got it out of my system now, I think. So, there's this one. Indigo says I can't drink anymore due to meds, but it doesn't take very much to get me tipsy these days. Yeah, apparently me too. No, it wasn't an Irish coffee, Indigo. They had an Irish coffee there, and then they had something called a millionaire or something. And then whatever this was, and I can't remember what it was. It's along those same lines, but it wasn't actually an Irish coffee. It was something else. But yeah, you're on the right track anyway. I'll have to look at their menu and see what it was called. So I didn't do the millionaire one because it had hazelnut in it, and I don't like hazelnut. So, but anyway, but y'all, thank you for putting up with me. I've already got a great, I think, anyway, live lined up for tomorrow. We are going to start off the new year with a bang, I hope, and I am excited. I am more excited now than I probably have been in a year or more for this channel. I don't know. I'm just very excited and ready to go. So hopefully I will get this all cleaned up and get my office organized. I'm very excited about that. I just want you all. Oh no. Oh yeah. But anyway, I just want you to know that I love and appreciate every one of you. And I'll be back tomorrow, and we're just gonna see where this all goes, right? I'm excited though. And if there's a show that you all want me to do, if there's something you want me to look into, I'm always eager for ideas. So let me know. Let me know what you want to see. So I'm sending you all of my love, just like Heat is. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Love you and bye.
Hope you enjoyed the show, so glad you were here. We meet here most days, we're but first coffee and you're welcome here. We talk about hard subjects, but we also laugh a lot. If you have a loss or win, we will cheer for you. We're but first coffee and you are safe here. So hit those like and subscribe buttons, notifications set to all. You don't wanna miss a show, because this is your home to y'all. So hit those like and subscribe buttons, notifications set to all. You don't wanna miss a show, because this is your home to y'all. So hit those like and subscribe buttons, notifications set to all.